This is Derek. One more thing, real quick. I just wanted to say that we're going to touch on a couple of cases in the NFL in this episode. And one case specifically was the Deshaun Watson case, a case that's been settled by now. So this episode was recorded at the time when that was still fresh and while that was still ongoing. So what we're going to say in this episode is going to sound old because it is. So, Deshaun Watson case has been settled. He's going to be suspended for 11 games with a monetary fine. So I just wanted to say real quick that this episode, when we talk about that, it's going to sound really dated because we recorded it a while ago. So just wanted to say that real quick. Enjoy the episode.
What if we get a stick and we sharpen that stick, and then what if we hoist them up, real high up, and then we just let them slide on down that stick, from the end parts, What if we do that? And then people were like, sure.
And then I go,
I say you stick a plunger in his ass like they did in New York. Right. Let's go.
Nice.
looks like it is too.
So yeah, it's the two thing for us instead of having to push it 5 times.
I wanted to push as many times as I could.
Yeah, I think I think 2 is the magic number. All right, so this is episode 5. Oh, 6.
6.
Oh, it is 6, isn't it?
6.
Oh wow, of Itchy Sweater Podcast. Yay!
Yay! Woo!
In front of a live studio audience.
You guys are great out there. Just love everyone.
You see how they just stopped on a dime? There was no
immediately.
Yeah, it was a pretty good stop. But yeah, man, episode 6.
Yeah, I can't believe we passed 5.
Really?
We got to 5, and now that I was thinking about it the other day, I was like, wow, we've done 5,
Yeah.
and we've only released 2.
Yeah, I lost count.
Well, I mean, by this time it'll be the 5th one.
Oh yeah.
At this point in time, we only have 2 out. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man, if these people don't even know. It just keeps getting better.
Yeah. They don't know how close we are, how close we're recording things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going pretty well so far. So I like where we are.
The response has been amazing. So.
Yeah. So cool. But we got some interesting topics today. A couple things to talk about and maybe gossip over a little bit. A little bit of gossiping,
You're
it's
such
okay.
a valley girl.
I'm just here for the drama,
Oh my
I'm just here for it.
You do that way too well.
That's why I moved here. But yeah, some pretty cool topics we got coming up. Some interesting things, some unfortunate but still interesting things, and some unfortunate and scientifically weird things.
Cue the
guess.
X-Files music.
Right.
Doo-doo-doo.
That's another sound we're gonna have to get on here. We're gonna have to. We'll settle for this for now. It's a joke. All right.
Knee slapper.
Yeah, just something to get you going.
Man, how was your weekend?
Alrighty. Oh, it was good. It was restful.
Yeah? You didn't do anything.
Not really.
No.
What did I do? Yeah, I didn't really do much. I kind of just hung out. It's hard to go out in this heat and try to have fun.
Yeah.
So
Trust me. Friday night we went to a minor league baseball game, the Round Rock Express.
Yep.
And being out there, the tickets that we almost got were the grass seats. Those people were in the sun for probably 2 hours.
Ew.
And I'm so glad we didn't sit there because we were in the shade the whole time.
Good. I would hope that you would bring some kind of umbrella or something.
I didn't see
if
a lot.
you're-
There was a couple.
Ugh. I don't know why anyone would subject themselves to that level of heat like that without some level of protection. I think that's weird.
Yeah,
But
we did that, and then as you know, we went to me and my wife went to the marriage, the wedding of a friend of mine named Taylor, and it was one of those weddings where it was kind of out in the middle of nowhere, like deep hill country. I mean, we got to the place where the dirt road was to go up to the venue, and it was a horse farm. We're like, okay, cool. This is cool. Maybe it's in a barn or something. No. We drove. It felt like 5 miles up a dirt road that I just kept going and going and going. Granted, we're only doing like 5-10 miles an hour, but it was like, man, is this ever going to end? Then we get around the corner and we see a car, and it's like, nope, that's the barn. Nope, that's the person's house that owns the place. Then we get up to this little venue. I guess it's I don't know if it's a church or what, but I told the guy, I'm like, is this the place for the wedding? And he goes, yep. I'm like, all right, cool. So we get there, and, you know, it's 100 and, I don't know, 100, 101, 102. And I'm in jeans, boots, long socks, and a polo.
That's just not fun.
I was hot.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It was bad. But, no, it was a good wedding. When we got over there, they were kind of in the trees, so we picked the most shaded spot we can that was not taken yet. And they had ice waters. They had little fans, you know. And so then they started the wedding. And there's so many different things that I saw them do. And I think it was a cost thing. That normal weddings that I've been to, they do them there, but they didn't do them at Taylor and Marina's. And so we get there. They go through the whole thing. We get to the ceremony, and the guys, they had so many guys. I don't know why.
Well, there's not really like a limit on how many.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah,
but it was weird because guys started coming down with guys instead of guys and girls. It was guy.
Because they had so many,
and I was like, what in the world?
It wasn't an even number,
and they split off. So one guy went to one side, one guy went to the other. And I was like, wait, but those are all bridesmaids over there. What are you doing? And so
how many bridesmaids were there?
Probably like 6, 7.
Okay, and that's a good.
And there was probably
bit, so
2 or 3 more guys on that side. So it's like
that's a lot.
9 and
groomsmen.
9. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. When I had my wedding, I think it was 6 and 6.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a lot.
It's usually supposed to be like a even number, like between, so they can both walk down the aisle.
It was just insane.
That's wild. I've never heard of that many
so
groomsmen.
There was that. There was, usual when you go to the what's after the ceremony? What's it called?
Oh, the reception.
The reception.
Yeah.
So you walk into the reception. You go and get a drink. You get a table. You kind of hang out. Until they get there, and usually it's, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the wedding party. And then, everybody comes in, and they're
very good reception voice, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice. Yeah, it's the best one I've heard.
I appreciate that. I thought about going into radio, maybe a podcast.
Yeah,
we'll see
maybe.
where it goes.
Yeah, you definitely have the voice for it.
Yeah,
I think you can do that very well.
And so you usually see that. Nothing. They came in nonchalant. Just walked in. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, okay, maybe they're just gonna do that, and then they'll say Taylor and Marina or something like that, or Mr. and Mrs. L.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, that's fine. They about 10 minutes later, here comes Taylor and Marina, and just walking through the door, and I'm like, okay, here we go, and nothing. They literally walked in, and just everybody, same thing. Hey guys, hey, we're here. Thank you for coming.
Was there even music?
Oh, there was music going on.
Okay,
yes,
wow.
Yeah, there was like a little bit of a.
Yeah.
It was like a DJ or something.
Okay, cool.
But and I'm not knocking their wedding at all. Their wedding was beautiful. They both looked great. He was in his navy whites. She was in this real cool dress. She wore a hat, like a flat brim round hat.
Really?
I've never seen a bride wear a hat. It was really cool.
I haven't either. That's really cool.
It was, and it kind of reminded me of like Carmen Sandiego. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Her, the flat bill hat lady.
Yeah.
It looked really cool.
Where in the world is she?
Who the hell knows where that bitch is.
Can't we find this woman?
But they got to that, and they didn't announce that they were doing the cake.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
That's funny.
Luckily, me and my wife were over in the corner, kind of over by it, and we're like, oh, what are they doing? Taylor comes up and goes, Kyle, you gotta get some of this cake. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Shouldn't you be feeding your wife first? Like, are we doing this way out of order? Or are we just having a party? What are we doing?
Hey, come get into this.
And
Are you
so,
cutting it?
Yeah. Well, and then she of course, she's the more of the party kind of girl. Like, she's got more of the excitement going on in the group.
Mm-hmm.
He's more of the hang back, chill, lay back kind of guy.
Yeah.
And she,
Sorry, you've heard a bird again. I got birds for days in this place. Just birds for days.
yeah, I wonder where that came from.
Yeah, it was me again.
You make a very great bird sound, by the way.
Thank you. I've been working on it since I was 5.
I believe it.
Yeah.
But my last thing, she cut the cake with him, and she shoved it in his face, and I don't even think he got to shove it in her face. Like, he was just like, okay, it was just a one-sided thing.
Yeah.
They both went and changed, and then they came back. Everybody started dancing. We had dinner. It was cool. Like, it was a great wedding. I had a bunch of fun.
For
They're
sure.
great people. I'd do it all over again. It was great. It was just things that I saw that you don't see. And I was like, wait, what? Isn't it supposed to be like this instead of this? So
Did they have like the first dance and all that good stuff?
oh yeah, they had
Okay.
the mom. What was it?
Because you have like the mother-son dance.
The mother son,
and
the first dance between the couple,
Yeah.
the daughter and
father, yeah. Okay. And then usually after that, it's just kind of a free-for-all.
I want to say they had, and this was for like real quick. I want to say they had both sets of parents dance,
Oh, yeah?
and it was like "Yeah" by Usher or something like that.
Oh, wow.
It was hilarious. But yeah, Taylor, Marina, congratulations on your guys' marriage. Oh yeah,
Usher got the voice to make your booty go.
yeah. Trust me, it was going crazy. But yeah, congrats on you guys' marriage. It was a great time. Look forward to seeing you guys together forever. So,
Aw. That was very sweet.
yeah, no, I'm like that sometimes.
Yeah. I want to talk about something real quick. Because there was this thing, this is what this reminded me of when I said I've been working on that bird call since I was 5. It reminded me of this. I remember I used to watch this channel. I think it's still on cable. I don't know if it's called the same thing, but it used to be this music. You know how you have like cable and you go to like the music section?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it used to be called Music Choice, I think.
Okay.
Or at least that's the one that.
on cable.
Yeah, at least because it would be like if you go. Well, it was like extended channels.
Oh okay.
Yeah, or you could go to like all the music channels with all the different genres. And I remember they would always have these little facts about the artist that you're listening to in the corner
while the music video
while the
was
music
playing.
plays. Yeah, well, not even just the video,
Yeah.
just like the music itself.
Oh, okay.
It would just
I
it would
always
just be a
remember-
music channel.
The one I'm thinking of, I think it was like MTV or VH1.
Oh
They
yeah,
would
those
play
yeah.
They would play the music video, and then they.
Oh, for sure.
By the way, when they recorded this scene,
Yeah.
so and so tripped in the background. That's why I got higher. And-
Yeah, you'd have
Yeah.
those. But I'm talking about like the music
What?
stations, like way in the back,
No.
like 1,000 channel.
I've never
or
seen
whatever.
that.
Okay, like for in Indy, it was called Music Choice. I don't know if it's called the same thing or if it's called something different in other places. But they would have like these little facts while the music plays. And sometimes me and my dad would listen to it, and they would have this little fact where it would be like, this artist had like so and so has been writing music since 5 years old. And my dad would always be like, "No, they weren't. like nobody's been writing music since they were 5.
I
No
know
one cared
notes.
about. Yeah, no one was playing piano.
They're
No one was
literally-
playing these symphonies at 5
Literally
years old.
kids just doing that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it's cool. But it was always kind of funny because we'd always look at that and be like, no kid was taking that seriously at 5 years old. There's
Oh,
no
hell
way.
no.
Yeah, like so that's what kind of what that reminds
Maybe
me
if
of.
the kid, it's like the kid that you see him on movies where they're okay. Time for your piano or your piano people to come over and teach, and
Yeah.
you're like, why is this kid doing piano lessons? First of all, why are they playing the piano?
Yeah.
Okay, Stevie Wonder. What's homeboy's name? The other blind one.
The other blind
What
Ray
is his-
Charles.
Ray Charles. Thank you. I could have said the other black one.
I know, but they're both black, both blind, both play the piano. The other one with dark glasses.
I don't know what to say. Okay, I don't want to get canceled.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's like those people. They're like, oh, let me force this piano on them, or let me force playing the clarinet. Like, bro, get the kid some drums, get him a guitar.
Yeah,
like play some stuff, man. Give him something that's
something
fun.
Kind of wear out. Yeah, it's just always so funny to see those things. They've been doing it since they were 5 years old. Like, no, they weren't. They were doing it because you told them to, and then maybe they eventually fell in love with
exactly.
it. Like they were kind of coerced.
I feel like a lot of those kids that were like forced into it, they're those ones that, oh, I've got homework, and I've got my ballet recital, and then I've got piano afterwards, and then I've got, you're like, bro, chill. Like, your parents aren't gonna disown you forever if you miss one. Like,
well, that's okay. The thing, though. Like, I think they take it as seriously as their parents do, or they have like this feeling that they should be great at something, and then some of that stress gets put on them. Like, I mean, even Tiger Woods wasn't taking golf seriously until it was like double digits. Yeah. So. Because that's someone who actually has been playing golf since they were a child. Like he was swinging on I think it was Johnny Carson or something like that. He was swinging when he was like 5 years old or something.
Wow, really?
Yeah, hitting golf balls.
Doesn't his son play too?
Yeah, his son Charlie is really good.
Is he young? He's pretty young.
Oh yeah, I think he's a teenager, if that.
Like an early teen.
Yeah, but he's also really good.
I want to say I saw something like on Instagram the other day where they did a Tiger Woods appear and what's his name? Charlie down below, and they were both swinging, and they both had the same mannerisms.
Yeah, they both like pretty much act the same. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, he has a niece. I think it's his niece. I think her name is Cheyenne Woods, who
doesn't play golf.
No, she plays golf. She just isn't great. Yeah, I think Charlie's better. I'm pretty sure Charlie's better actually.
It's like
but it's kind of funny.
I want to say it's Tom Brady's got a niece. That's a softball player in college.
Yeah.
And supposedly she's pretty good. I don't know about greatest of all time like him, but
that's a different sport too.
Yeah, but apparently she's pretty good.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's weird to see those people that are, who we know today,
right,
and then the upcoming that are related to them, and they're like, "Great, how bad is your family telling you you better be as good as Uncle Tommy?"
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I think like Tiger's son though, he looks like he really wants to do it.
Really?
He looks really passionate about it. He gets into it, and he's really good.
Hey, it was one more thing I'll say about this. You know who my favorite golfer is?
Who's that?
John Daly.
Oh, that's everybody's favorite golfer.
Dude, so I'm not a golfing person. I break the clubs if I try and hit the ball off the tee. I'm the one that hits the ground and makes all the divots in the grass. But I don't know, since I've been out here, I think between you and DP, I've kind of caught on to some more things, but man, John Daly,
he's a character.
He is hilarious.
Yeah, he's something else. Like he's gone through a lot too because
and he's pretty good.
Yeah, and he was in a real bad way because he kind of went through a hiatus. He was like in some of his earlier tour times, he won a major and he was really good, and something just kind of happened where he just started he's having issues just in personal life, and then things just kind of went downhill for him a little bit. Yeah. He even had like a little reality show on Golf Channel. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of his he was like documenting his comeback and all that good stuff, and he just was not playing well. So it's good to see him back like now actually playing some pretty good golf, because he looks like he's actually doing pretty well.
Yeah.
So.
And he's got his son out there being his caddy?
I think so, or something like that.
I want to say it's his son or someone, because he just played. I want to say he played with his son at something recent within the last couple months.
Yeah, I know he's been playing with him these past couple of like pro-ams and things like that.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it seems like he's
pretty cool.
Yeah, doing pretty well. So, but yeah, also like, was there any like COVID protocol at the wedding and things like that, or any type of monkeypox protocol?
Monkeypox.
That's going on now.
I still don't know what it is, honestly.
Well, Here's the thing about this whole.
To answer your question, no.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, it's there's this funny thing I see with monkeypox, or that's what they're kind of referring to it. It's not even something that I think people are really worried about. And it's one of those things where I feel like we've gone through so many diseases that people have kind of given up on caring.
Like, another
It's
disease.
like, just another one. Great, fun, nice.
Okay.
What's it called? Oh, monkeypox. Oh, cool. All right, let me go to work.
Yeah.
So
Well, bro, like when that whole COVID thing was hit our work, I mean, the first, I mean, it really wasn't. It was taken serious there, but I want to say the first probably 6 months, where it was taken care of the most. Like they had this thing. It looks like a leaf blower backpack, and it sprays disinfectant everywhere. When the whole counter got it, when me, DP, Shay, Walter,
yeah.
I think Alex might have had it a little. Andy didn't ever get it.
Oh, okay.
But when all of us got it, what they did was after hours, they took this backpack thing, sprayed the whole place,
Sprayed the whole. Yeah.
and it had disinfectant shooting out of it.
Yeah.
So it was disinfecting everything in there, just at a more rapid pace.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, it was
Wow.
it was definitely taken care of. But I think you're right. I think we've gone through this point where it's, oh great, another one.
Yeah.
How worse is this going to be? Well, let me check how much sick time I've got. I know I'm probably going to get it, but
Yeah, no,
I'll bounce right back afterwards.
Just another thing we gotta catch because we're disgusting humans.
Another what do they call it? Another vaccine? Here it comes.
Right. Well, this one isn't as it's not like COVID, anything like
It's not
that.
going to make your eyeballs bleed or something like that.
No, it's you can only get it from. Apparently, you get it from skin to skin contact with someone who has it, but I don't really know. And the way you know if somebody has, like, if they have, like, it's actually looks like lesions on their body. Like they'll have bumps like chickenpox. There'll be like sores, and some people have had it on their face. It looks pretty bad. It looks pretty gnarly. But
you haven't seen me without my shirt or my pants off.
no, I haven't. I mean, if you'd like to show me,
I mean,
I want to make sure that you know.
I want your
mean,
full
you've
attention right now.
You've already touched me, so
Multiple times.
Yeah, so
I want your full attention here, though. So maybe afterwards.
maybe after.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can show me now. I mean, I'll let everybody know what the girth. But
Hold on, Derek.
Yeah.
We're gonna end up getting canceled here. I'm gonna get another 6.5
yeah, cancel for girth.
for saying girth.
For saying girth.
Girth.
Oh well, you know, it'll only be a conversation if we bring a potato on here.
That
And
damn
then-
genderless potato.
Yeah, so they're canceling potato. But anyway, but it's just really funny because like you had H1N1, which was like swine flu, I believe.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, then you had bird flu.
Yep.
Then you had like mad cow.
Mad cow, I remember that.
And then you had Zika. People were getting
Swine flu.
Yeah, that was the H1N1, I think.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then the Zika virus with the mosquitoes,
Mm-hmm.
and just all these, and then you know the last really big one we had, which was really insane with COVID, which is still happening. But but it's so funny to see people's like attention, how little they care about this. And I don't know if you should really care that much, but it's just so
don't really
funny.
care.
Well, it's definitely a lot less than other stuff.
True.
There was this huge wave of news and reporting. I remember it, like swine flu. Remember how big of a deal that was, and like nobody caught it.
You know, I damn, how long ago was swine flu?
That was years ago. Like I
I
think,
want to say that was middle school for us.
yeah, because I think it was like what round 2. Ugh. Well, middle school would be. I was a freshman in 2006.
Yeah. So
So-
2004, 5, and 2003, 2004, 2005.
Yeah, because I remember all that stuff was kind of going around that time. That mad
wanna,
cow. and
Yeah, I want to say
that
all
type of
that
stuff.
started around then.
Yeah, and like barely like I don't know. I'm not saying no one got it. I'm sure obviously people got it.
Yeah.
But that was not even a thing anymore.
Oh, no.
Like a month later, no one talked about it
No,
at all.
It didn't last long.
Yeah,
And you know what?
I went
Neither-
into high school. I don't think I remember any mention of it all throughout high school.
And neither did Zika virus.
Yeah,
That one of they basically called it like another West Nile virus.
yeah.
And
I was worried.
Yeah.
Like every bite I got, I was like, oh no, like
Yeah.
I might die because I got bit by a mosquito.
But it went on for I don't know, maybe a month or two, and then
Yeah, and it's just
Nothing.
like nobody. It wasn't even a thing anymore. It's kind of funny.
I when I think about diseases, something that somebody pointed out one time, and I just think it's hilarious. I don't care if it's true or not, but I remember hearing that people were like, "Oh, new viruses only come around when it's an election year." And then when this new one came out, when you told me a few days ago or whatever about it, and I'm like, "Wait, what year are we in? We're not 20, 21, 22, 22, so we gotta go to 24. Okay, we're in between, so it's not gonna work."
Yeah, yeah.
And old Walter up there, yeah, it's all Biden's fault and blah blah blah. And I'm like, Biden, shut up. Like that was one thing when COVID came out. A lot of people were like, "Oh, it's the administration's, to sway the vote and
Yeah.
blah blah." I'm like,
Which is a
man,
very weird way to try to get a vote.
It was so dumb.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't care if it's true or not. I found it interesting that some people would try and say that. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, let's kill people's older relatives off to get a vote. That'd be. I'm sure that'll get us.
And I mean, speaking of people, dying and family members dying, like Ray Lewis supposedly did with two people. One thing I wanted to talk about was NFL cases, and obviously right now the big one coming out is Deshaun Watson, his 24 women that touched his pee-pee allegedly, and he only got a 6-game suspension.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but I'm also like, I was expecting more.
Well, there was a whole bunch of flip-flopping throughout this whole thing.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, he's just going to get a few games. Then there was a switch to a full season, like the whole Roger Goodell's exploring full season options on whether or not they should, suspend him for a full season again, and then that's another year off for him. And then, it progressed to where it is now to 6 games.
Well, so like this, I've got a list right here of recent NFL suspensions.
Yeah.
Somewhat recent. And he's got 6 games suspended, and it says 25 accusations. I don't know about 25. I thought it was 24. But then you got Calvin Ridley, who bet $1,500 on his team to win, got suspended the whole year, 17 games.
It is only $1,500.
And he can't practice with the team.
Wow.
Watson can practice with the team up to week 3.
Yeah.
And then you got Vontaze Burfict, who was suspended 12 games for targeting. DeAndre Hopkins, 6 games for PEDs.
Okay.
Josh Gordon was suspended for 25 plus games for smoking weed.
Wow.
That's 2 years, 2.5 years.
In terms of offenses, like that's pretty hefty.
And here's the
Just
worst.
for weed. Wow.
The worst one was Martavis Bryant was suspended indefinitely
Wow.
for weed.
For weed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't get that. So this guy is, he's this guy's getting off easy. And so with this going on, you think of all the old cases. You think of Ray Lewis supposedly killing 2 people. You think of Mike Vick with the dogs.
Yeah.
You think of
And Mike Vick got prison time.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what Ben Roethlisberger got.
I think he got accused of rape.
Okay, so he got accused of rape, but did he get anything?
Well, let's look it up. I think
Because there was multiple allegations during his career. And I think the big one, so the big one was after raping a woman in Lake Tahoe hotel room in 2008, and it was settled out of court in January 2012.
also he. Oh wow. Oh, so he was accused, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some chick named McNulty. Just 5 months after his second Super Bowl victory in 2009.
And they settled out of court. What did he receive? What did he receive after that? Did he receive any type of punishment? Because I don't remember.
I don't think he did.
Really?
So the woman had offered to drop the case if $100,000 was donated to a charity for abused women, and Roethlisberger wrote an apology letter. But this was refused. He faced no punishment from the NFL, and the suit was
Wow.
settled out of court in January 2012. So, damn, sorry.
It's fine. That's wild though.
So he was accused of sexually assaulting women
Right.
and ended up not having any sort of jail time, any sort of NFL game suspensions, no charity work, nothing. She literally said, donate $100,000 and write an apology letter,
And I'll drop the case.
and I'll drop the whole thing. He didn't face anything.
This is so inconsistent.
Because now look at Deshaun Watson. Supposedly a bunch of masseuses
Massage therapists.
had touched him, or he touched them,
Yeah.
or he made them
Sexual
touch him, or
misconduct.
whatever.
That's the funny thing about it though, because when you look at what was like, he got suspended for 6 games for what was it? Breaking NFL's code of conduct.
Who?
Deshaun Watson.
I mean,
That's what they called it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, they called it something. Like, all these other players, it was that's what it's just so inconsistent, because you get like 24 games for weed,
yeah.
but like 25 women accuse you of something.
you'll
Obviously he didn't, face any criminal charges for it or anything like that.
No.
Like nothing, nothing was brought to, I guess, enough for them to convict him. But he gets 6 games for breaking NFL's conduct policy. So it's like, is smoking weed worse than being accused by 25 women?
Man, I would think that I would not think so. In a million years, I would probably be like, yeah, let me go smoke weed instead of touching a woman.
This is so, it's just
Isn't
so
it crazy?
weird. Yeah. But that's the thing that just really confuses me about it, is that there's
Nothing's consistent.
no. It's like, you might get 6 games for weed, you might get a whole year for weed.
Well, and
I
I mean,
I'm like, what's the level of,
Yeah.
like, what's the the punishment is never fitting the crime here.
and think about like Vontaze Burfict.
Yeah.
He was, like I said, 12 games? He was suspended for 12 games. Probably got fined a bunch of money
Yeah.
for targeting.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy's trying to hurt someone.
Right.
Okay, it's part of football, whatever. But this guy, and I'm not saying Deshaun Watson did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. But this guy is accused of a sexual charge on 24 or 25, whatever it is, different women, and gets less time
Yeah.
for something that was outside of football?
Yeah.
So you're telling me if I do something illegal in football, I'm going to get suspended for less time than I am if I touch a woman inappropriately when she says no?
You're going to get more for weed.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't get it. It makes no sense.
That's so weird to me.
I
That's
just-
what, that, and that's one of the reasons why there's such a big commotion about it in the sports world, because there's a lot of people who are upset about this, because obviously the NFL doesn't have any it doesn't seem like they care about what's going on.
It's tough.
Yeah,
It's tough.
it's like, because if you look at the nature of it, And obviously he didn't, again, he wasn't convicted.
No,
So,
he wasn't.
In the court of law, he's innocent.
Yeah.
Basically. And he settled a bunch of cases too.
Yep. Good thing he got all that money.
Yeah, I know, right? And
That really came in handy.
but it seems like even if he was wrong or was convicted or was found guilty, it's like, okay, well, then what do you do there? Is there any does he still get 6 games? Does he get a full year?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so that's so. And if you didn't have all these things leading up to that, if you didn't have all these issues with Roethlisberger and these other players that almost got nothing or got way much or way more punishment, it's like, okay, well, what how do you make that punishment fit the crime? And it just seems like 6 games, I guess, for violating the NFL conduct, like that just doesn't seem like it fits everything else that's happened.
So, and here's another one I want to bring up because I feel like sexual. I don't even. Is it sexual assault? It's really not, is it?
Well,
What he did?
there's assault, there's harassment, there's that's kind of the two that usually happens like until you just get to like what sexual abuse
Yeah.
or rape.
Well, and going off of that, it's like, okay, Ray Rice. When Ray Rice, he was in an elevator, and he freaking laid into that girl. He punched the shit out of her.
Oh yeah, she got knocked out. I
He
think she hit her head too.
he won his appeal of having an indefinite suspension by the NFL. So he wasn't going to get suspended indefinitely for punching. I swear she got a concussion from it.
Yeah, and there was a big outcry about that too because because he didn't really get.
Well, I mean, it was on film, so I think that's why they did it. But
Yeah, dude, like it was a whole trial and everything.
it makes no sense that's what happens. Or like, okay, so with that one being said, this is where I was going to go with it.
Okay,
Kareem Hunt, do you remember what he did?
I do not.
Some girl was on him. She was on the ground, grabbed his leg. He kicked her. It was on film.
Yeah.
So he hit a girl too.
Yeah.
Pretty hard. He kicked her. I would say a kick is harder than a punch sometimes.
Yeah.
In
In
most
cases,
of the time.
Yeah, your legs are usually stronger than any hit.
The NFL suspended him for 8 games.
That's what I'm saying. There's no consistency.
There is none. It literally, he hit her
Yeah.
in the face.
Knocked her out.
And he's a running back, so their legs are
Oh
strong.
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're talking. Okay. Wow.
So
yeah.
I'm
That's
thinking, oh, she's gonna get the shit kicked out of her.
not. Yeah.
She's probably concussed, even worse. And they only gave him, what did I say, 8 games?
8 games. Yeah.
And Ray Rice punched the shit out of some chick and didn't get anything?
Yeah. Roethlisberger's accused of rape.
And didn't
Gets
get
nothing.
anything.
What did Ray Lewis get?
I don't know. He was accused of, like,
It wasn't a murder.
I want to say it was being, well, everybody says he murdered. That's why I did that joke. But
Oh.
he was fined by the NFL for $250,000 for lying to the police about his involvement. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was for substance abuse.
Oh. So there was like a few others. Was there a few other stuff, or was that like
Yes.
the big one?
Okay, so he'll be fined $250,000 and be subject to suspension if he violates any terms of his 12-month probation. Lewis was originally accused with 2 others of murder and the stabbing deaths of 2 men following a post-late Super Bowl party in January. So he literally paid $250,000, which is chump change
For
those guys
Yeah.
that
Especially.
are getting paid millions.
Yeah. And he was coming off of Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's even more. That's another bonus.
And it has to do 12 months of probation.
Wow.
Which I guess I get because they didn't prove that he did it. But still, like, no consistency.
Not at all. It's really weird. Like there's there's mandatory, and again, it's like a court of law thing. Like, there's mandatory sentences that you're going to get depending on what you do. And it just seems like there's been pretty consistent cases of kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, whether it be taking someone's life, whether it be sexual misconduct, whether it be drugs.
But
these keep happening over and over and over again, and the punishment is completely just up in the air.
But it
just
seems like
just whatever they feel that day.
If you do something other than drugs,
yeah,
fine, 6 games, 8 games.
That's what it seems like.
If you do drugs, even weed,
I have just the basic.
There's literally, what is weed gonna do to perform your?
It's not a
body.
performance-enhancing drug at all.
Anything.
If anything, you're gonna get sleepy.
Yeah. So who cares?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a weed guy. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't do nothing.
Well,
and I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, even with different strains, like you have sativa and then you have indica, and indica apparently is more of that kind of makes you more of like mellow.
Yeah.
And sativa is more if you're just kind of still doing things throughout the day,
exactly.
like more active.
You
but it doesn't make
active.
you better at anything.
Exactly. So why is Martavis Bryant suspended indefinitely? Why is homeboy Laramie Tunsil, why did his ratings go down in the draft? Because a picture came out with him with a bong.
Yeah.
I
And
don't get it.
And they would both be considered personal NFL breaking the code of conduct in the NFL or whatever.
Yeah.
But the punishments are completely different.
Yes.
And like if I want to go into my personal home and smoke some weed and it somehow gets out or I somehow get caught, I might get suspended for almost 2 years. It was like 24 games for one guy or
Josh
something like
Gordon.
that. Yeah. But
25 plus, I think is what it said.
yeah. But if I go to multiple massage therapists, over 20 of them, and I get accused by those women of sexual misconduct, 6 games. And again, it's I don't know if it's well, it's not that, because it would be one thing if I could say, okay, he was accused, but he wasn't found guilty. It would be one thing if I could, but even in the cases of something like Ben Roethlisberger, there's no punishment at all.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
So should he not get any punishment?
That's literally
right. So
along the same lines of what Ben did, probably to way more women than
and Ben was just
did
one. He just had one case,
Ben
wasn't
was
it?
one.
Yeah.
There's 1 or 3.
Okay.
But Deshaun's got 24,
Yeah.
maybe 25 if this thing's correct,
Yeah.
and he's getting 6-game suspension.
Yeah, so it's almost like, well, should he even get suspended? That's the thing. It's just like, okay, well, should he get more or should he just not get anything? And the 6 game, I just don't get it. I really don't get it.
Like you said, inconsistency.
Yeah.
There was a guy, and I don't ask the details because I can't remember. I don't even remember his name. There was a guy probably within the last 8 years before Kyle Juszczyk, sorry. I was going to call him Kyle Juicy Juice.
Yeah.
Before he came to the 49ers, there was another fullback. And I want to say it was something Miller. I can't remember. He beat the crap out of an old man and got suspended indefinitely. So where was the punishment for the other people that, like, targeting with Bonta's perfect? Shit like that. I'm like you said, inconsistency like a motherfucker.
I just don't. Again, it'd be something if it's like, okay, so it's about convictions. Because if it's about convictions, then I it's still off.
Yeah.
But still, it'd be like, okay, I mean, I guess I could kind of get it, but it's not even that.
No, not at all.
And it's for lesser offenses. And I don't know.
How much do you think he paid those women? You think he
Probably quite a bit.
You think he paid each one of them quite a bit?
Yeah, probably so. Yeah,
He got all that guaranteed money. I think his full contract was guaranteed.
yeah.
200 something million or
I think it was
something
like
like
230 or
something like that over 5 years or something like that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is too. It was like the hardest thing about cases like this is like proving something.
Where's the hard evidence?
Yeah. And it's so I think what helped him is he maintained his evidence. Like he didn't say anything really off.
No, not at all. Didn't change the story, nothing.
Yeah, because what happened with if we take it back to Cosby, who got accused by like 30 plus.
Yeah, for rape.
Yeah, like I don't think he would have gotten anything either if he didn't say that he gave them
The pudding the pup.
Wait, no, he gave them drugs. Like he agreed. What he said is, I gave them drugs that they asked for.
He admitted it.
Yeah, but he said, but I think what he thought would save him is he said, I gave them drugs that they asked for. I think if he just maintained his silence, because this was decades ago, it was basically just, he said, she said.
Wow.
But he admitted to, giving them drugs.
You know what?
So,
And that's the thing.
but Deshaun Watson didn't say anything.
Why, out of all these massage parlors, and this goes for Robert Kraft too, because Robert Kraft, the Patriots owner, just went through this crap.
Yeah.
Why are they not pulling up surveillance cameras?
At the massage places?
You would think that they have a camera at a place like that.
Well,
where sexual assault can almost every single time happen.
Well, I don't know how each place does it, but I'm pretty sure that cameras usually aren't in the actual massage room.
So what I'm saying is that they don't even pull up video that he went to these places.
Oh yeah.
So even just outside the building or in the main lobby,
hey,
he was there with this time and went back with this girl that's accusing him. They could at least have that. And I'm not saying like I don't believe him or I do believe him.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, where's this hard evidence? How come these girls are so damn adamant that he did this? If I was Deshaun and I didn't do it, I'd say pull the footage.
Well, that's the thing. It only got the testimony. Like it only got as far as like them saying it.
Exactly.
It didn't really get any further than that before he settled. And I think a lot of that is due to not only him, but it's due to the team. It's due to most likely a little bit of legal pressure as well, because this is a kind of a pending thing, or not a pending thing, but it's like it's a timely. It's time sensitive, because he obviously wants to play.
Exactly.
But
I got to get this done in 6 months. Let's
yeah,
go, hurry up.
so I think that might have played a part in it too. But there's a lot of stuff that we don't know. Obviously,
oh, of course.
There's a lot of stuff that was said that we did not hear. There was probably stuff that was seen that we don't see. So because of that, I don't even know. Like I don't. My whole thing is the punishment fitting the crime. And if we're going by historical evidence of what the NFL does in these cases, you can't even land on something. Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah, you just don't know where to even, again, if you go back to Roethlisberger, does he even get suspended at all?
Exactly. And
does he get fined? Like what,
What I'm trying to figure out is, I don't get why he didn't get anything, but Deshaun is. Or
that could be part of it.
Mike Vick let his brother do the whole dog thing at his house.
Yeah.
And he was treated as if he killed the dogs, and I don't know.
Yeah, because Michael Vick wasn't even actually there.
It was his brother.
It was his family members.
Yeah,
but it was on his property, which is so that's another whole thing.
Exactly,
like it's not even fitting. But
I don't know.
Yeah,
crimes just aren't going the way they need to be, and
yeah. And with that being said, though, of like being actually heard, which is a good thing. If these things
course.
happen, like if you're more, obviously you want people, if this happened, to obviously get their day in court, which is what I was hoping. But it just seems like this was dragged along. And again, I don't know if there's stuff there's stuff we don't know.
They're guaranteed.
So it's even hard to even speak on it because
Exactly.
there's a whole bunch of stuff that we probably just didn't even know, we didn't see. And
and maybe, like I said, maybe they did pull up the footage of him walking in there. I don't know,
because we don't have like televised footage of
Exactly.
any of these cases. I don't know.
It's a strange world. And I hate to say this, for what they do for famous people.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing.
I mean, think about if me or you, did what he did.
Yeah.
You think we'd be getting off that easy?
Granted, we definitely wouldn't be able to settle.
Yeah, granted, we don't have 6 games to give up.
Yeah, and we don't have millions of dollars to settle out of court with.
But I mean, I
don't think so.
And I'm not going to get too deep anymore, but the justice system is very weird.
Yeah, it is, and it's not set up like of all the systems of governing in law. I would say the court system and how that goes is definitely one of the most dysfunctional.
I say we go back to the old West, where when you stole something, we chopped your fingers off.
Did I see you stealing my milk? Firing squad.
Firing squad.
just like people got just the worst punishments for the most menial of things. Like you lose an arm. I just wanted an apple, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm starving trying to feed my family.
You're
Nope, you're losing your arm.
Losing a whole limb just because of that. Yep. So what would happen if you get accused by 25 women of sexual misconduct?
They'd probably make me write a letter
Yeah.
and say, "Wait, am I in the NFL or no?"
No.
Well, fuck, I'm probably getting my nuts shot. Well, if it was me, probably shooting the guy in the nuts. And probably pick him apart from there. Chop off his toes, do his fingers. Kind of do the same thing that guy did in Law Abiding Citizen.
Oh, jeez. I think we bring back this really weird thing. I think I saw this in a book. There was they would tie each one of your limbs to a horse.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I know what you're talking about.
Then they would make the horses like run in opposite directions until you like basically get ripped apart.
Dismemberment, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that, and then I've seen the one where I want to say it was like an old Asian, I don't know where it is, but old Asian thing where they have the wheel and they pull it back and it stretches you out. Same thing.
Yeah, oh my god, the stuff that we used to do is just unbelievable.
Did you know Vlad the Impaler? Okay, so the guy they basically call Dracula.
Yeah.
Would put a stake up on the ground, standing up, and through the butthole would slide the people down, and the stake would come out their neck.
Oh yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Just to show people he wasn't screwing around.
And who thinks of this?
I have no idea.
Like what maniac is thinking, you know what? We should, probably, maybe tie him to a horse.
Yeah.
Tie, but maybe put this hand on this horse.
How about you go that way?
Put this hand. You know what? How about we stick some dogs on him? You ever think about that? Maybe if we feed him to the dog.
Django.
What if we get a stick and we sharpen that stick, and then what if we hoist them up, real high up, and then we just let them slide on down that stick, from the end parts. What if we do that?
And then people were like, sure. Everybody was like, yeah, let's do it.
Damn, if you kept going like that for a couple minutes, I might have just walked out. That was kind of weird. Can you stop?
What if we
stop it?
Hoist them up.
Stop the fucking shit. Literally terrified everybody.
What kind of madman was just like, this is what we should do, and everybody was like, cool.
Yeah, cool. Hey, yeah, that's fine.
Well, in Singapore you get caned.
What's that?
For minor offenses.
What's a cane?
They'll push you on this contraption.
Okay.
Where you're facing an opposite direction. and then they'll your like your bare butt is showing through this little hole, and then they'll like there'll be this guy off to the side with a big cane, like a big stick, and there'll be another guy who's like off to the side, and you can't see any of this. This is all going on behind you, and you're just bare out in the open through this little hole, and you're facing opposite direction with this like I think like this blanket over you, like you can't see anything, and so like all you hear on the other side is some guy going "Hoi!" and then you hear and it just like some guy is going like full
Oh my God.
like going as hard as he can
I guarantee you.
on your butt, like by the third swing, like you start getting like skin off.
I guarantee you.
Yeah,
There's somebody out there that gets off on that.
I mean,
Oh, hit me harder.
no, but we're talking about we're talking about to the point where it's like really bad, like because you're not getting like 3 lashes.
You never know.
I think you get minimum 6 lashes,
Ow.
and that's pretty intense. Like that's when you start like bleeding and
I'm
skin
good.
starts coming off.
I don't want that.
So like so because this happened with some guy in America. He was it was like him and another guy, I think, off doing something ridiculous in Singapore, and I think it was, I don't know if it was vandalism or something like that, but he was supposed to get 12 lashes, and they got it down to I think 4 or 6 or something like that, and so like America was able to get it down to like a lower.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, his skin's gonna come
He was
off.
like,
Can you
"Ooh,"
please
like,
don't?
Like maybe not 12. So they had like respect for the process, but they were like, let's not do 12. And I think his friend actually did get more. I think he got 10 or something like that.
Yeah, hell. With
But
that.
but yeah, like they still do that in Singapore. So there's not a lot of crime happening over there.
Some crazy people over there, man.
I think it's pretty cool.
That's insane.
I think if you're like walking the street, if like any minor thing could like get you caned, I think you're on your best behavior.
You would be walking straight and not doing anything
just like
wrong.
the most perfect society you could think of is in Singapore.
Damn.
Like if I spit my gum out, I might get caned.
If I jaywalk, I might get
Right, if I
caned.
jaywalk across the street right now,
couldn't imagine
that could be 20 lashes right there.
Take that. You every step you take, you're like, okay, am I good? Am I good? What am I
That's
doing?
what we should have here. No prisons.
Just getting caned.
None of that. Just like just like the threat of caning.
People missing a chunk out of their ass everywhere.
Absolutely. Like people just walking around like with just like the weirdest walks because like oh you got it too, man. Yeah. I got. How many did you get? I'm like, bro, I got 12 lashes. What? How are you still walking, dude? I only had 4. It's like, oh really? How many days of work you missed? I was like, I had to take a week off, bro. It's like, oh yeah, dude, I had to take a month off, dude. I don't even have that kind of vacation time. There's times I wasn't getting paid, dude. It's like, oh really, man? Oh yeah. Oh, this is awful out here. It's like, what'd you do? It's like, dude, I looked at a cop wrong. I just like looked at him.
Cane.
Yeah, I was gonna say good morning. I just wasn't having a good morning, dude. And he's like immediately to the caning squad, dude. It's
Hey,
like,
bro, you're getting
really?
caned.
It's like, oh man. It's like, what'd you do? It's like, I lied to my mom. She told on me. Yep.
God. Yeah.
So-
What a crazy world, right?
Yeah. I think we should end on caning.
All I can think of is people missing little chunks out of their ass now. Like you look at the cartoon, it's a lump like this, but in the little thing, it's like hole,
Right.
hole.
Everybody's pants are just ruined because of it.
Jeez. Well, that was
Episode 6.
episode 6 about caning and doing drugs and
Corporate punishment.
corporate punishment. Shit.
Oh, and we started it with a nice little wedding story.
Hey,
So-
that made it acceptable.
Yeah, we had to make it nice until we got to the juicy
God,
gossip.
juicy.
Oh my gosh, like we should do this juicy stuff more often. I like it.
You do that way too well.
Kind of made me feel something.
Stop it.
I think I like it.
Oh.
But yes, everybody. Well, that was episode 6 of
third time.
the itchiest sweater.
It got
the
itchy.
itchiest sweater you've ever worn in your life.
This episode got pretty itchy. I'll be completely honest. That was bad.
It got hairy. But until next time, ladies, gents, everyone in between. Podcast?
Podcast.
Yeah.